What it is, Danny X. I was wanting to make a quick point right here regarding Wes Huff and Billy Carson. Okay, and It's been a few months since that whole ambushing took place, and so if you don't remember, all the Christians were like, "Oh, Billy Carson was wrong about something. Let's crucify his ass." Okay, but yet and then shortly just after that happened, Wes Huff goes onto the Joe Rogan show, right, and then says all kinds of shit that was proven wrong, while mocking Billy for getting something wrong that he's an expert in. Yet Wes Huff is an expert in his field, right, getting stuff wrong. So just the irony of the situation, I loved it. So now we got Gnostic Informant, and we got Derek and Neil here. What's that? Myth Vision. The man, the myth, the vision. Derek. All right. So these guys are going to be shredding Wes Huff's ass a little bit, just pointing out his hypocrisy. And just keep this in mind. If you are one of those Christians who when this debate with Wes and Huff went down, everything that you held against Billy, you can now hold against Wes, if you are to be consistent in your logic. Otherwise, you have to admit that you are inconsistent in your logic and you are cherry picking, which is fine, but it's good to know that about oneself.
What this all tells me is they don't care about you, me, or scholars.
No.
Or the critical audience. We don't matter. They care about the flock, the sheep that are already there. They just, how do I keep what I have built? Because this damage control, we messed up. We lost this whole debate. We messed up. We're done for. We're imploded. Our castle is to the ground. How do we keep what we have left? So what if they're literally lying to their audience? That's why he took the video down, people. He took the video down because that video was embarrassing. It's not about him misrepresenting me. It's about the mistakes he made. The endless. Can we count how many mistakes he made in that video? I can't.
There's a lot.
That's how bad that video was. Forget about him misrepresenting me. That's not why he took the video down. He took the video down because, number one, he showed Alexandrinus on the screen that has the longer ending on it with a bigger gap
than the rest of the other manuscripts. Yeah.
And then his argument was, these ones have a longer gap at the end. The other Gospels don't have this. The other Gospels all have this.
Exactly.
Oh, here we go.
My name is Cecilia. I'm a mom of two girls, a psychologist, and I choose to transform my PVC treatment journey.
Seconds, y'all. Sorry for the secondhand commercials. There's always got to be some kind of shit, don't it? Hey, man. Nah, motherfucker.
Neil, okay. Wes Huff has made a bunch of noise. Joe Rogan, Wes Huff, Ruslan, Gavin Ortland, forgive me for butchering it, Alex O'Connor with his recent video. We have some stuff to discuss. The last thing I've seen lately is a video response from Wes apologizing for incorrectly calling you dishonest or being dishonest in your critique.
So this is partly true, but mostly false. Is just being dishonest with the ancient data. You got famous overnight.
We call that gaslighting, people. It's called gaslighting, which me personally, I love the mental gymnastics within Abrahamic theology. I love it. When I get really sad, I dry my tears with Abrahamic apologetics, and I've actually recently had great ideas. I want to have a mental gymnastics Olympics, okay, and I want to have a woo off. A woo off. And you're like, what the fuck is that? That's where all the different religions get together and do some kind of ritual and get the woo on. And I'm still working out the details of all that, but that just came to me like a few days ago. I'm like, a woo off and mental gymnastics Olympics. I got to get that shit going on just to feel better about life.
For showing that Billy Carson was lying about the Sinai Bible. Here you are lying about the Sinai Bible too. The earliest copies that leave out the longer.
Yes, so the hypocrisy, which is delicious, let it waft, let it marinate, and just the cherry picking and the inconsistent logic is riddled all throughout Abrahamic theology. Oh, to be clear, I'm a non-Abrahamic true monotheist. The actual one true creator, who owns all names ever spoken, there is no name or a word that is separate from the actual one true creator. For there is no name or word possibly spoken without the breath of life from the one true creator. Now, followers of Abraham, what makes their theology broken is that they incessantly try to interject division into that which is united, the creation. They interject division and through constructs such as sin, evil, Satan. Okay, so, and this brings me to an excellent point that I like to bring up as frequently as possible. The God of the Jews, the God of Abraham and David, is in no way Jesus Christ. 0 ways. It's them today. Real Jews still exist today. Go ask them if your God is in any way Jesus. They will say no. No. That is actually a blasphemy to true Jews. Okay, so I bring this up only for when Christians like to do that gaslighting little lie and say, we worship the God of Abraham and David. Actually, motherfucker, no, you don't. But actually, motherfucker, no, you don't. Back the fuck up there. Because the God of the Christians is every way Jesus. The God of the Jews is in no way Jesus. So essentially, Christians have created a divergent version of the Jewish Yahweh. And then they like to gaslight the world by saying that both they worship the Jewish God and that you can't make God in the image that you want. Their entire religion is based off of making God in the image that they wanted. Come get some, followers of Abraham. Come get. And this may sound like I am Jewish or trying to steer someone towards Judaism. All I'm saying is that if you are going to be bound by the Abrahamic dogmas and chains, that the Jews are the closest to the actual one true creator. Yet the Jews are still not worshiping the actual one true creator because there is no name. There is no name. The commandments, I can use the commandments to prove that the God they worship is not the actual one true creator. Because the God they worship breaks every single commandment that they impose upon all of creation, right? So if the God they worship is all powerful, then that God would have the power to fulfill his will without breaking his own commandments. Yet, left and right, I got a big old list full of every God. Oh, here we fucking go. Apologies for the technical difficulty. This is just how I've been having to do it for a few years till I get some better shit going. So there's a big old list full of God coveting, killing, stealing, adultery. Okay, did Yahweh marry Mary? No, he did not. As a matter of fact, Mary was already married. So Mary committed adultery with Yahweh. Now, if you have all the power in the world, you have the power to have a supposed divine child. To me, I say we are all God's son, but Christians like to say, no, Jesus is the only one true God's son. So Yahweh finally got one right then? If Jesus is the only perfect creation? You're saying you have a perfect creator that created everything, so damn near infinite amounts of creations, but you finally get one right? Nigga. Got me fucked up. Anyway, I'll let these motherfuckers talk. I'll just go on with it. But yeah, the actual one true creator offered me the path, and I accepted to defy the broken theology of Abraham everywhere I encounter it. And because at its very core, the theology of Abraham must, one way or another, get your submission, your consent, your capitulation. Usually done through aggression and fear, coerced through aggression and fear. but it needs your consent. You can also just as easily not give your consent. Now, another point I like to use to prove that Yahweh is not the actual one true creator is that Yahweh, according to the Israelites, right, say that he only has one chosen people and one chosen nation. See, the actual one true creator knows that all people are his and would have no need to one little group of people.
Have an unusual feature. The copies of these earliest manuscripts leave deliberate blank sections, a feature we don't find them doing at the end of the other Gospels.
A feature we don't find them doing at the end of the other Gospels.
Or really just your examination on Danny Jones' podcast.
Right.
And for saying you're mostly wrong. Wes is able to tell everyone how wrong he is, but he can't humble himself to say how a critical thinker like you, he was wrong for making the video against you. Instead...
Or that I was correct.
Or that you were right about that.
It's never that person's correct. It's always what I meant to say.
Or I made a mistake.
The person's never correct, though.
He took the video down.
Think about this. I want people to go back and check. People's criticisms are never correct. It's always, well, what I meant to say was, well, what really happened was, here's